Eat Red, guys, doing incredible stuff. It's on, don't worry. I see you. The crew took care of that for you. It's a professional operation. Deb, let's talk about the beginnings of Red and how you got to eat Red. Tell me about that.
Red is 10 years old. We started with Bono from U2 and Bobby Shriver saying there needs to be heat for people to know what's going on in the fight against AIDS, and we've got to come up with really creative ways to engage people's passions and get them involved in making the right choices to make the world a little better, right? So it's 10 years later. We're thinking, where is everybody's passion? Food is entertainment. Food is everything to this generation and, quite frankly, to everybody, right? And so how do we give people tools to help the world be better through food? So we came up with Eat Red, and we have some amazing partners here today. The whole month of June, we're doing all these culinary surprises and trying to get the world to sort of wrap their arms and apron strings around the fight against AIDS and try to get it off the planet. So with some creative ideas and some wonderful people that are helping us, we're going to do a culinary event for the whole month of June.
Now, in the 10 years since since Red was started, how have you seen the fight against AIDS change?
Well, there's been, amazing amount of progress. So there's 18 million people that are now on life-saving medication that otherwise would have been dead. It costs 30 cents a day to keep them alive. 35 million have died from the disease. 37 million still have it. Every 2 minutes, a teen is still getting infected with HIV. So, and it's the #1 cause of adult women's death still on this planet. And yet it's treatable and preventable, and we just all have to rally and do the right things. So we've raised $465 million. It's mostly been through great partnerships that help us.
I saw someone put their hands down and start clapping for that. Can everybody clap for $465 million? Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a lone wolf. Very good.
Thank you so much. But, you know, we still have a lot to do.
So now how did you get involved?
Well, since I was a little girl, I've seen the Red campaigns out in the world, and you know, I like to think of business as a platform for good, and so I'm always eyes and ears open to things that I can get behind, and Red is something that they approached us, and I was like, yes, 100%. A lot of the chefs that wear our aprons already are ambassadors for Red, and I was so thrilled to be able to create something for them, so we made an apron together. This is our apron baby. This is, I will hold my mic. This is an apron we created with Dominique Ansel.
That is so cool. I love that.
And I incorporated lots of little red details.
It's so minimal what you did. It's great.
Super clean. It has the Eat Red patch on the bottom, so it's there, but it's discreet. These are aprons we designed for professional chefs. We outfit about 5,000 restaurants in the U.S., and we sell them to the professional industry and beyond. And so, you know, when they reached out, I was like, yes, an apron is so perfect, and the culinary space is so community-oriented, as you know, have seen. Everybody will get behind something that is a good cause, and Red is an amazing cause. So I'm just so happy to be here to support them.
Now, Ben, you run Luke's Lobster. You founded Luke's Lobster, right?
Yeah, my partner Luke and I.
Yeah. Now talk about how you got involved with Eat Red and what Luke's Lobster is doing.
Sure. We've been working with Eat Red since 2014, but this year we really had a unique opportunity in that we were opening our newest shack right down the road here in Union Square on June 1st, the first day of Red Month. So working together with the Red team, we came up with an idea to turn that shack red. So we actually made the front of it red. We put a big red wall on the inside, which is great for taking Instagram pictures and whatnot. It's got all the info about the Red campaign on the storefront and inside. And then what we've done is we match every guest donation, dollar for dollar, up to $3,000, and then the Gates Foundation matches those combined donations up to $10,000. So it's been great. We've been able to leverage kind of a new opening for us to grow awareness about the fight against AIDS. And then in all the rest of our locations as well, we're doing the same donation campaign.
I'm curious. He mentioned June is Red Month. I don't know if we touched on that. We talked about Eat Red and the history of red. So when did June become Red Month?
Well, it's when the virus was detected and everybody knew, okay, there is something called AIDS that happened in June. It was discovered. And then on the other time we come out big is World AIDS Day, December 1st. And so we thought, why are we only doing December 1st? It seems like all year we should be doing something. And then we hit on June for the culinary events. So we just were at Bonnaroo. We had a great breakfast, a great dinner. We have Bryant Park on Tuesday for anybody who wants to buy tickets. It's a really fun film and food fest on the lawn of Bryant Park.
Organized by Mario Batali, right? That's all the
Mario
food is?
Batali has been our spokesperson and our lead guru since the beginning. And so, yes, he's doing amazing, amazing things. He's also been with us to Africa and seen the work on the ground, so he knows the impact what we're doing is having.
Anthony, talk about the restaurant that you work with and what you're doing.
Sure. So I'm at La Serena right now, but the great thing about Batali is he has such a global brand that we're doing this at all of our restaurants in New York, LA, Vegas. We're all promoting a red dish on our menu, which is simple for an Italian restaurant, and red sauce.
Okay, there you go.
So what we're doing is we're at La Serena, we're offering a stracciatella, which is a flat pasta that we're doing with tomatoes. The great thing about Serena is there's actually two concepts going on there right now. The other one is a Spanish one in the bar, which I came over there to kind of like help get off the ground. And we're doing a shrimp dish over there. It's a red shrimp dish. So all the restaurants are doing a little something. The bar programs too. We're chipping in with Negronis and red wines and all that. And just to kind of like raise awareness for the whole program the whole month.
What's it like for you as a chef? I mean, when you craft a dish for something like this, I mean, obviously every day you're working to get dishes out there and you're feeding people, which is a wonderful feeling. But when you see that check come through in the kitchen and it says someone's getting the red dish, does that change the feeling a little bit for you?
It does, because I mean, like right now, a lot of people are going to chefs for a lot of different causes, and we're kind of like, we're a weapon to beat a lot of things, like especially like sustainability. Farmers are coming to us to try to like promote maybe like a breed of animal that's kind of like close to extinction, let's say, or like to help promote that thing. So this was kind of fun because we got to be really creative with something as simple as a color, red, and you know, anything that we can do to pitch in is great.
And it's wonderful to be able to pitch in by also just doing your job on a daily basis. So often people think of volunteering or think of helping as something that you have to do outside of the thing that you do on a daily basis to make your bread, but it's wonderful when it can kind of, the two can come together. Talk about what Max Brenner is doing for Eat Red.
So right now we have a red velvet waffle with a red strawberry mimosa.
And you did not bring one for me, so.
Or the audience.
Well, sir, travel about 10 blocks north. Got you.
They keep me in here. I'm not allowed to, like, just people come in, they sit on the stage, they talk, and they put me in the cage. Sorry.
Of course. You know, we're doing this red velvet waffle. We're doing the strawberry red mimosa as well. And we're getting great feedback. But I think the most important part is that people, especially with our marketing department, they're starting to realize how important this is, not just for Max Brenner, but for everybody around the world. And I think globally, we have this, right now we have this hashtag, that's 86 AIDS. And that's one word I hate saying is 86 in the restaurant. I hate it. That,
You don't want to
ever
say that in the
86
kitchen.
the
That
restaurant.
means you messed
But
up.
this is one moment in my life right now where I'm okay saying 86 AIDS. Because I think obviously it's a very important cause for everybody. There's so many people affected in this world. I'm sure a lot of us here have friends or family that have been affected by someone with AIDS, someone who has been a positive part of our life that tragically has passed away or was diagnosed, one of the two. So for us right now at Max Brenner, it's a huge opportunity to do something good. And that's really what this whole campaign has been about for us. It's just getting out there, selling a dish. 100% of all the profits are going straight to the Red Fund, being matched by Bill Gates Foundation, Bank of America. I mean, it's huge. This is something that I would never have imagined, and I'm very absolutely blessed that we can be a part of this.
Yeah, I kind of want to just follow up on that and have you reiterate a little bit what it's like, because you create a business and you work at a business, and like I said, it's your daily life, and you think of that as the thing that maybe you're feeding people, and that feels like giving back a little bit, but mostly it's how you make money, how you live your life. What is it like when suddenly that can become a way to help others in this global way?
So for me, in the past, the AIDS Walk, even Cancer Foundations, everything I've been trying to contribute personally. But to be able to have a huge, much bigger scale of a restaurant group, be involved with this and agree with donating the whole proceeds, it's amazing. You know, it's a rarity for me, because I know in my lifetime I will never be able to affect the monumental amount that's about to happen with Max Friend and what we're going to provide in terms of donations for the Eat Red Fund. And again, the importance of what this campaign is. It's incredible that a small little niche of people who like to eat food can go and do something positive for the rest of the world.
And Deborah, you know, it hasn't just been food that Red has been involved with. Talk about some of the other campaigns that Red has launched and how you guys got to food from there.
Yeah, and we do so much so, you can dine in with HelloFresh. You could go dine out. You can, on social, throw a food emoji at somebody, and that will trigger a contribution. You can, we're about to drop...
That's amazing. Wait a second. I can throw a food emoji at
someone? So it's like, you know, a slice of pizza and all of this. So all the chefs are kind of throwing food emojis at each other. And then we do, movie puns starts today. So Despicable Brie on food puns from movies. So we've got a lot of good ones. So we always try to make it sort of clever and a little more provocative. So with each person and company that we partner with, it's not cookie cutter, it's not the same. So as we approach World AIDS Day, we will do a lot of celebrity experiences that cost $10. You're in a sweepstakes, and you might have a chance to go with Snoop Dogg to Colorado for a wellness visit, or a ride with...
What does that entail, a wellness visit?
Well, you use your imagination.
Snoop Dogg and marijuana is legal in Colorado,
Yes,
so what sort of
indeed.
wellness are we
Yes,
talking about? Can we
indeed.
get details?
Yes, indeed. Or, when Bono fell off his bike in Central Park, we had one of the sweepstakes things is that you could ride around Central Park with Bono, take your lives in your hands, and then he'll buy you an ice cream after the event. So all of these things, again, we don't do an auction so that the rich people win. It's always $10 to participate. You could gift it to your friend. And then we have about 200 products for good. You can get the new iPhone that just dropped in Red. We have amazing partners. But the whole idea is that there's multiple touch points, and all of a sudden you smile because you're in the middle of a game and Kim Kardashian steps on the carpet, and all of a sudden money goes to help the Global Fund fight AIDS. So it's sort of how we approach it. I think it's a different model in philanthropy, for sure, because we're a brand. But everybody watching can make a choice and just have it make a difference. And so we try to make it easy for people to participate in any way they can.
Absolutely. Let's get some questions from the audience here. Who has a question? Right there.
Hi, how are you? Obviously, when this disease first broke out, it was, at that time, there was sort of a propaganda against it by political and religious figures, and relating yourself, and there weren't campaigns like this that existed. So people really had to fight, even in New York City, especially famously, had to fight very hard to make their voices heard. So my question to you would be, because of that initial setback that happened when it first broke out, do you feel like you have to fight that much harder or stronger to really help fight this disease?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a time when budgets are being cut globally, when in the list of things keeping you up at night, AIDS is probably 39 on that list, and yet it is a horrible pandemic that is taking so many lives, and we all just can do the right thing to eliminate mother-child transmission of the disease by 2020 and actually try to get it off the planet by 2030. That's the path that we're going on, and so we just can't retreat from that and have budget cuts that might put it all in jeopardy, because then it will come back with a vengeance. But the truth is, it's not a right-left issue. It's something we can all agree on. President Bush started PEPFAR, which has been just an amazing, amazing program. So it's one thing we can all agree on, and we just have to keep heat on the issue, to your point, to keep it relevant.
Also, just even hearing you say it's maybe 39th on the thing that keeps you up at night, that's because of progress. So,
Yes.
I mean, it used to be in like 1995, it was number 1, number 2, or number 3. The fact that
Exactly.
it's so far down on the list shows how much progress has been made by groups like RED and also by George W. Bush's PEPFAR.
Absolutely. But we still have so much to do, and it's an infectious disease. And so if you can, as I said, eliminate mother-child transmission, you then start to have a generation that doesn't have AIDS. And that's a beautiful thing and a tipping point in getting it to leave the planet.
Absolutely. Next question.
Hi, thank you for being here. Because this is Eat Red, I was wondering what your favorite dishes are.
Oh my gosh, you've got to try the red velvet waffle. Just go, like from here, just walk
10 blocks
10
up.
blocks and go for the red velvet waffle.
I'm going to go lobster.
I mean,
yours is
it's all good, but that
Wear
was
an
really
apron
close.
while you're eating the lobster roll.
I mean, and then there's also, just Andes, Hyatt's have a great brunch. Jimmy John's, Cheesecake Factory is going red. Blaze Pizzas. There's all these franchises and little clever ways when you turn a corner. If you see something red, just grab your favorite dish.
And I just want to say, it's just so easy to be a part of it. As a regular consumer, you go to the Apple store and you're like, should I get this phone or should I get the Apple phone? You get the red phone. You get the phone that's going to support this. And I love that. It's just like, it's a choice. You're already going to go and buy it. You might as well support red and change this forever.
Same price.
Exactly. It literally is. I have a red phone. I'm very proud of it.
I think we have time for one more question. Next question, right here.
Hi, I was wondering, how did each of you get involved with the RED Foundation?
Well, they reached out to us, and of course, I immediately was like, absolutely, this is so cool. It's so easy because we already make aprons, and I really do think that the food world is just so driven by wanting to help, and you see all these chefs get behind food events and charities all the time, and they have the biggest hearts, and I thought, my gosh, if we can sell an apron, we're already selling aprons, and be able to contribute back, that's awesome.
Yeah, same here. I mean, the Red folks approached us in 2014, and they're so creative and so hardworking, and they spread themselves so far and wide to find folks to partner with. And how could you possibly say no to a request like that? It's a complete no-brainer. They make it incredibly easy to participate in any way that works for you. Flexibility is amazing, and that's made us want to contribute more and more each year.
We said yeah because Mario has really cool friends. So I'm sure Bono convinced him to say yes, and didn't take long. So we kind of, like everyone has said on the panel, the contribution is really simple for us. We already have dishes on the menu that can easily participate in a cause like this, so we just agreed to it.
Jay?
It's funny. I don't know if you guys got the email, but I got this email from Ilitab Oram, which was Mario Batali spelled backwards. I got this inconspicuous email all of a sudden show up in my inbox.
Did you just tell us Mario's email?
It changes every year, so.
Yeah. No, but for me, I read it, I was like, a red campaign, okay, this is huge. And then I read the name at the bottom, and I didn't recognize it. And it took one of my coworkers to say, hey, that's Mario Batali's Red Foundation. I was like, oh, it made sense to me. But again, for us to join this, it was huge. Every common person, even everybody in this room, we have normal hearts, and we care about people. We care about the people to the left, to the right of us, behind us, in front of us. And I think what's important is that as humans, as human beings, that we should always care about what is going on in this world right now. And this is one of the biggest steps forward right now is a foundation like Eat Red, where we can go and do a positive thing to millions of people around the world. And it's just contributions from everybody, from all the guests that come into our restaurants. That's what we need so that we can make this even a bigger success. And we have 2 weeks till the end of 2 weeks until the end of June. So I encourage everybody that watching here to find out where you can contribute and go eat some good food right now. This guy right now, please go to his restaurant. He's got some amazing food. Go to Luke's Lobster. That's the best lobster roll there is in the world. I mean, you have an opportunity to eat really good food and make a positive difference. And I think that is the most important part about the whole Eat Red campaign is we're going to do something great and we're going to eat good food out of it.
Absolutely. Like you said, there's 2 weeks left. So Deb, before I let you guys go, I want you to tell everybody, the things that they can do over the course of the next 2 weeks to take part.
Bryant Park, tickets are available at Ticketmaster. You can go to red.org and it will have everything. It will list the restaurants, the franchises. So there'll be events. You could order a meal from Mario Batali or Rachel Ray from HelloFresh and cook at home. So just go to red.org. There's lots of ways to participate. As everybody mentioned here, Red is 20 people. We're in Chelsea. We can't do it without you. So join us.
Well, guys, thank you so much for making incredible food and contributing to a better world, and your aprons as well. Thank you for making wonderful aprons. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks, everybody.